Oh, the Hangout on air is live.
Hey, how about that?
Sweet. So now we'll go through this as we finish this conversation up, and then I'll test it at the end.
Okay.
Figure out what to do.
I mean, the only other thing I can think of that we really need is like a logo.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask Madi to help me out with that.
Like maybe something, I don't know.
Oh, here
like
we go.
Maybe a book that's with the AF logo on it, and I don't know what kind of legal trouble we'll have with that, but you know, and then just a magnifying glass and a cup of coffee next to it. It's, you know.
Or maybe like a little coffee stain on it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it. I'm just gonna blow it up or do do this share thing.
Okay.
I just saw something cool that I could do here. I do. Oh, what I do with it? Share screen. There we go. Application window. CFL players eligible. Okay. So
allocation. That's it.
Yeah, allocation. So if you go to the allocation, so phase 1 college selection, players are allocated to alliance teams based on where they competed in college. And then phase 2 is players will be allocated to alliance teams based on their most recent NFL or CFL team. So if they don't have the college one, they go to phase 2. And then if they don't have that, they go to phase 3, where the alliance allocation footprint and he did not play in the NFL or CFL, then he is unallocated and available to be tendered by a contract by any alliance team. So kind of like free agent, basically.
Yeah.
Just like whoever first come, first serve, whoever picks him up first. So now if I go back to this, you can see, for example, there's Phoenix, Atlanta's, and I could pull up all these, but let's look at, for example, Phoenix, right? So Phoenix is UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona State, Illinois, Texas Tech, New Mexico State, Northern Arizona. So all these teams. And then the NFL teams are Ravens, Bears, 49ers, Cardinals, and then their CFL team is Edmonton. I kind of want to find out which CFL teams. So this one's CFL team is. So San Antonio, this isn't fair.
Look, it's not their fault that like every fucking kid in the world who plays football grew up in Texas. And therefore, Texas has 18,000 colleges.
They do. Texas, and they get Oklahoma and Baylor. Well, I guess Baylor is in Texas, but Oklahoma, and then all the rest of these are all Texas schools.
Yeah.
Incarnate Word, like why is that even on there? And then
Jared, have you not heard of the incredible football program that Incarnate Word has?
Yeah, right. So
world beaters.
Atlanta's NFL teams: Jags, Panthers, Falcons, and Redskins, and then their CFL team is Toronto. I gotta find out which CFL team is Ottawa. Maybe if I change the.
Well, the Stallions is Calgary, so.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to pull all these up too. So Phoenix is Edmonton, Atlanta's Toronto, Saskatchewan, Montreal, and disgustingly
right.
Alabama, South Carolina, West Alabama, Miles, Samford. Can't even spell Stanford, right?
Nope. Well, it's Alabama.
South Alabama, right. NFL teams are the Browns, the Bills, the Steelers, and the Patriots. At least they got the Patriots on there.
I was going to say, you throw them a freaking bone.
Yeah, and then CFL teams are Montreal and Ottawa, who I will say Ottawa has been a great team for the last few years. I'm a little biased, but they have won.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, yeah, this is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't there 8 teams?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if.
No. Yeah.
Oh, these are all from Twitter. So I wonder if I could just go to that month on Twitter. Oh. So San Diego's team, San Diego's looks small, like considerably. Like now, granted, we get Colorado is under San Diego. I didn't know that. So where's Colorado State under then? Is it under?
That's for Salt Lake.
Is it for Salt Lake? Who is
Yeah.
not on here? Who's the one that I saw? Of all
Right, yeah.
That was the one. Fight on forum USC football. No, get off. Okay.
Good Lord, you have a lot of tabs open.
You know what? This is all from today.
Yeah.
San Diego. Yeah. Ooh, what's this button? Okay. Okay. So yeah, so for tomorrow we'll just do that. I'll try to get everything going tonight, at least the start of it.
Yep.
And see where we go from there. If you guys think of any other ideas, please let me know.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, we'll just go from there. Oh, I should probably stop sharing this. Stop. Okay. So yeah, man. Hopefully this works out pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, how bad could it be? Nobody listens to us. We fold after a couple of episodes, and that's the end of that. And the league follows about 3 weeks later. You know, it's
at least we come
out. Yeah, right. Yeah, nobody dies at the end of this if we don't do well. So, you know, I farted.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad my mic picked that up.
Yeah. At least your mic's working.
Yeah.
All right, bud. I'm going to go eat dinner and start with the Twitters and Gmails and all the other thing on this. And I'll send out all the info for it so you guys have all access to it too. It'll probably just be like decafpodcast at gmail.com. And then it'll probably be our Twitter handle too. And if you want to download Twitter and then you could be like the person that does their decaf podcast stuff on Twitter, that's okay too.
I can do some of it at least. Like that was one thing I was thinking about doing for the Orange Weekly.
Yeah, because I have and I can give you the access to that one too. Because I have my own personal one. I have the Orange Weekly one, and then I'll probably have the. Oh my God! There's already transactions. The Fleet signed cornerback Xavier Coleman and re-signed offensive lineman Run Ralphie Run, and activated punter off the roster exemption list.
Run Ralphie Run? Is that a Twitter handle?
Yeah. Gerard Co. Oh, Run Ralphie Run is the Colorado Buffaloes. That's the.
I was gonna say he probably went to CU, didn't he?
Yeah. So that's the Run Ralphie Run is the CU football Twitter handle.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one, Xavier Coleman, played for Portland State. So looks like one played for the New York Jets. Xavier Coleman played for the New York Jets, or at least was practice squad, whatever the case.
You're right, yeah.
So, yeah, man, good to go. I'll get you all that info for the Twitters and shit tonight.
Okay.
As soon as I set it up and start following. I'm probably just, first thing I'm going to do is just follow all the teams, follow the alliance, and then just go from there. Once we start getting people that are going to start following us, I guess, we'll start chit-chatting. But, yeah. Exciting.
And we should start adding them, too. Like, just say something to the teams or the league. It doesn't matter if it's anything, just as long as it's not, something like, oh man, this league is shit. Something that sooner or later somebody will be like, oh yeah, that's something we could retweet.
Yeah. That's how you get it in Twitter. Like as soon as you say something that people retweet, you get hundreds of followers. Like, and that's
right. Yeah.
Like, all you gotta do is get one.
And that's one thing with the Orange Weekly podcast that I really want to start doing too, is just because we can get somebody. There are so many, like when I go through and look at these Twitter lists that they put up on Mile High Report for free agency or for coaching searches or for the draft or whatever, like I just noticed there are so many like actual NFL beat writers that just are around Denver or assigned to the Broncos. Like Benjamin Albright, there's a list of like Jesse Simmons. There's like at least five or six guys who, not all of them are big wig, big shot too important to retweet our podcast shit,
Right.
Yeah.
We just gotta befriend them somehow. That's the only problem is we know people, just not directly related to the Broncos,
Yeah. Like we're in that outer ring and we need to get it a little further into another ring. Like not into the inner ring. But
all it takes is one little, get a little bit in there and then we'll be huge. But so, I mean, at one point we did have a thing with Brandon Perna.
Yeah.
where he was helping us out too. Now I don't know if we could reach out to him again and be like, "Hey man, at the beginning of the season, you think you can bust us up or something?" Or even, and the other thing I was thinking about for the podcast too is just reach out to him and be like, "Hey man, you want to be a guest on our podcast?"
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know we did have him on the live shows our first year, and that kind of got us quite a few followers, I guess. But on the podcast too, just to boost, like, hey, listen to this podcast. We got Brandon Perna this month, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, Brandon Perna's on a podcast. Maybe I'll listen to him, and then next thing you know, we're friends and family, and you know, I'm making out with Brandon Perna.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Now, full disclosure, I have watched Brandon Perna. I think he's okay. I don't think he's that great, but he's very well connected.
Oh yeah, he's very well connected. His humor is very stale after a while.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't really change it up. It's just like, all right, well, you shouted and you said the F word a little bit. That's great.
Yeah,
you know, but
I like, we don't need to like him. I mean, he's an all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have him on for one podcast, just shoot the shit with him for a little bit. I think that'd be fun.
We can use him. Yeah, let's use the shit out of that guy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, we'll get